I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. Every single bloody day is not for me because I do miss it. Being autistic, I'm craving a lot of, you know, independence. It does mean that things are harder for me to do. My disability. Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Chloe and I am a writer and musician here on YouTube. And yes, today, as you can tell from the title and the coffee mug, today, yes, I am sitting down to do a coffee talk because I feel like I've got a lot to talk about. By the way, if you are new to my channel, if you don't know anything about me, I am 20 years old, currently working a part-time job in retail, 16 hours a week. So there are a few things that I want to talk about today. A lot of different things. We're ranging from life updates to channel updates, everything like that. But first I feel like maybe I should take a sip of my coffee. This is my second coffee of the day, so I'm like proceeding with caution with this because it's not decaf, and at this time of day I should probably be having decaf, but I only got 4 hours of sleep last night, so I've gone for the second coffee, which is literally just a caramel latte, if you're wondering. I feel like the first thing I should probably talk about is everything to do with my channel. As many of you will know, yes, by the way, we are jumping straight into this because there is no point dilly-dallying with the intro. Channel updates and everything like that. If you didn't know, I generally tend to take 2 hiatuses a year from YouTube, and it would usually be a case of May being the first of like the year, because most of the time it was that I took those hiatuses because of college. So I did take a hiatus back in May to focus on my final major project of college, of my media course, and then I would usually take a break in sort of like the beginning of the academic year, so September, October sort of time. But obviously now, for me, because I'm not going back to college, it's kind of weird, but then I do know I need the hiatus and I can't keep going for too much longer because I will just burn myself out with all of the YouTube stuff. So yes, I am going on a hiatus this like second half of this year, and it's going to be from the 13th of October to the 13th of November. I was kind of planning to have it a little bit later than that, but then I realised that actually I think that was just bit too late. I feel like my camera keeps going in and out of focus, so I'm incredibly sorry if that is the case. Right, so yes, the 13th of October is when I'm going on my hiatus. It's a Wednesday, and then I'm returning on the 13th of November, which is a Saturday. It actually works out pretty well because Wednesdays and Saturdays are my kind of like upload days. Saturday is my main upload day, and then Wednesdays are like my bonus content days. But because I don't have any academics to focus on or anything this time around for this hiatus, I'm actually going to be taking the time off to focus on writing, which I will get to in a bit. Sorry, I'm like fiddling around so much with my hair and my necklace. This is why I generally don't wear jewellery when I film, but I like to wear jewellery because I feel like it makes me look just a little bit better and it adds just a bit to my outfit. And so because I'm going on my hiatus, when I do return, my channel may look a bit different. I'm not entirely sure how it is going to look different yet. I just know that the colour will probably change. I just don't know what colour yet because I have an idea, but it's obviously not set in stone yet. The thing that will stay the same with my channel is that my upload days will stay the same, because I love uploading on Saturdays. It's just so easy, so convenient for me, and then I have my Wednesday upload as well. It won't be all the time that I upload on a Wednesday, because obviously Saturday is my main upload day, but I really like what I've going on right now, so there's no way that's changing anytime soon. You don't need to worry about that, because I love uploading on Saturdays. I don't know what it is, I just do. And it may be that as we get into the longer evenings and the colder days, it may be that I just upload a little bit earlier in the evening. So instead of 7 PM, maybe 5 PM, but it'll depend. And then the whole purpose of me sitting down to do this very coffee talk is because I've just been wanting to talk about writing and do just a big writing update on what's really going on at the moment, because I feel like a lot of people may have noticed that I've kind of strayed away from the writing content, and to be honest, I've strayed away from writing in general anyway, and I feel like I just need to talk about it. But I actually have been, you know, dreading talking about it. I've taken such a long break from writing that I don't know why I was dreading talking about it, because I know it will make me feel better, and some people out there may be able to relate to this. My camera's going in and out of focus, I'm incredibly sorry. But with writing, I took a really long break from it. I'm still taking a long break from it. I think the last time I properly did anything was back in July, and then I burnt myself out towards the end of July. That's just a whole other thing which I have already talked about, and I'll make sure to leave videos to kind of explaining everything about what happened in the summer, like in the summer holidays. So I'll make sure to leave those linked either down in the description or up in the cards. And I took the long break from writing to kind of focus on music mainly, and then I kind of strayed off of that, and then the focus shifted onto YouTube, and I've just been doing a lot of like filming and editing recently. You may have noticed I'm like halfway through my coffee. I should probably finish this before 1, you know. Or the biggest reason why I decided to take a break from writing was because I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. It became a chore for me, and I hated it. I hated the fact that it had become a chore for me. And in July I was doing weekly vlogs for my channel. I was then trying to write every single day, and it really burnt me out. You know, I get the whole NaNoWriMo events and what they're supposed to be about, but writing every single bloody day is not for me. No, not for me. It drills into you that you have to be doing something every single day to be consistent and to be a writer, and that's not the case. You don't have to be doing something every single day, like writing wise, and I'll get onto that in a minute. But the main thing with NaNoWriMo is that I learned that it's not about writing every single day, but it's about consistency and finding your own routine with it. Because I kind of burnt myself out quite a lot with the July Camp NaNoWriMo event. No, I am not planning on doing the actual main event this year in November. I just don't think it's for me. Like, great for some people, you know, it's great, but for me personally, my schedule does not allow me to write every single day, and I can find other ways to be consistent about writing without participating in NaNoWriMo events. And that's the issue, because I feel like they're more like social events than actual like writing events. because, to be honest, I feel like the event is just there for writers to meet new writers instead of being there for writers who actually want to write, if that makes any sort of sense. I feel like I'm kind of going off the rails a little bit, but I just don't really think that NaNoWriMo events are for me anymore, and there are other ways I can get my writing done without burning myself out trying to do something every single day, because I know that personally does not work for me, and it's just too much for me to do something every single day when I've got a lot of other different things to do. Like, I'm an adult, I'm 20 years old, so I have other priorities like cleaning, work, my YouTube channel, and writing isn't one of my biggest priorities. It's not possible for me to do NaNoWriMo, full stop. But I'm not entirely sure if I'll participate in it again, because I just feel a bit scarred for life by it. But that doesn't mean to say that other people shouldn't do NaNoWriMo. It just depends on what works for you. It just doesn't work for me. But actually, in terms of writing, my plans for like the rest of this year, because I kind of have been thinking about this, ideally I would like to finish reading Story Genius. I wanted to finish reading it in August. I actually wanted to finish reading it in July. Did I? No. About 3 months later, still haven't finished reading it. So by the end of this year, yes, I would like to have finished reading Story Genius, and I want to just be able to continue working on my fun project, Nothing But Everything to Hide, which I'll probably talk about more in like my writing vlogs. I'll make sure to leave some of them around here somewhere. But my fun project is basically just a project that I'm just working on for fun. I'm just writing for fun at the moment, or trying to anyway, but you know, like I said, writing isn't my biggest priority at the moment because I've got other things like this and just adult life in general. Like, I'm trying to learn to drive as well, which is another thing I need to get onto. You know, sometimes life just gets in the way. Life happens. You know, it's not that it gets in the way, it's just that it happens, and writing will fall to the wayside in those times. And that's what's happened for me. So it's not necessarily that I've been taking a break, it's just that I've been focusing on other things. And that's all I can do. I really don't have the energy for writing at the moment. And then the other thing with writing is that I really just want to finish my Story Genius notes for Scarlet Blood Skies by the end of this year, so that in the new year I can be focusing on implementing all of those changes. Yes, I'm basically doing a big overhaul of my main project, and I do think it will be really good for the story, and it'll make it even better for when I publish it in the next couple of years. I'd hope. More like 5 years, knowing me. I have a tendency to under or overestimate myself. I never make good estimations. That basically just means that my whole writing life does need to change, and it will over time, and it will mean that, you know, my music kind of takes the back seat, and my YouTube may do as well. But that is why I'm taking a break from YouTube, is because I just need to like focus on writing and getting back into that, because I do miss it. I miss writing for fun, and I miss just solely focusing on it, which is why I'm taking the break from YouTube. And then, like I said, I probably won't be publishing Scarlet Blood Skies for like another 2 to 5 years, but you know, it's whatever it takes to just get it to the place that I want it to be a good story, to hook in readers, because I just don't want to publish a piece of ass. I like to put a lot of work into what I'm passionate about. Yeah, that's just why I don't think I'll end up publishing Scarlet Blood Skies for like another 5 years. don't take my word for it. It may be sooner than that I publish it, but it honestly just depends on my financial situation as well, because I want to self-publish and that means more expenses. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out just yet. But moving on, I literally only have like a little bit of coffee left, but I do have some water. Moving on to life in general, this is something that I've talked in a lot of my previous coffee talks, but life in general, like the past couple of months, has been hard. It's been difficult. It's only been like that ever since I've left college, because if you didn't know, I am autistic, and change is hard for me, and I feel like I'm still working on this transition between college and adult life, and it's a pretty difficult transition to navigate, and I don't have a lot of support. I feel like that's one of the main things that I should have done when I got out of college. The main thing I should have done was go online and look for support, and I did not do that. I just feel like I don't have any, like, being autistic, I really don't have any support for this part of my life. It's proving difficult, and I knew this was going to be hard, but I didn't know it would be this hard. But then I am doing more hours at my part-time job. Yes, it's just a part-time job, and it is helping. But obviously, like, I don't really know what I'm doing with my life right now, so I really don't know. It's just one of those difficult things that I'm struggling to navigate. I don't have enough support, or the support that I feel like I actually need to get through this stage of my life. And I have now finished my coffee, but then it really wasn't a big one. I just don't think I quite comprehended how difficult it would be transitioning from UK college, by the way, because I'm British. I didn't quite comprehend how difficult it would be to transition from an academic life to an adult life. I really underestimated how difficult it would be. You know, I do have my part-time job to kind of fall back on, if that makes any sense, and it does give me somewhat of a routine. You know, it's money, which I kind of need for the next part of my life. Well, you're always gonna need money. I'm gonna need a lot more for all of the different things I want to do with my life. But I feel like my main focus at the moment to kind of keep me going is driving. You know, I want to learn to drive. I'm working 16 hours a week for the money I need to be able to learn to drive, and for things like car insurance and buying a car. I mean, because I don't really know what's going to happen on that front, because my parents did kind of say to me that, you know, we'll help you pay for a car and whatnot, unless I get the Mini, but I doubt I'll get that, because my sister will get that, because my dad did buy a fairly new Mini Cooper, I think, for me and my sister, so we can learn to drive, because my sister's like a couple of years younger than me, and you know, I'm 20, she's 17, turning 18 at the end of this year, so she wants to learn to drive as well, but she says she currently doesn't have the time, and I do, but at the moment my focus is driving, so I'm saving, you know, everything for that. But when I have a clear end goal, you know, I want to have a full driving license by this time next year. But in order to do that, you know, I've got a lot of like little bits to do along the way. So my next step is to make an appointment with my bank to get my savings account in my name. I've had my savings account since I was a child, and it's still in my mum's name. And to be honest, I think I also need to change my bank account, because I think the one I'm currently on is for like under 18s. it definitely needs changing. So I've got all of that to worry about before I can even think about things like car insurance, because car insurance is expensive. All of the money that I need for that is in my savings. I don't even know how much is in my savings, by the way, because I put money into it every week. So, you know, every single time I put money into my savings, it disappears like that from my actual bank account. I just genuinely don't know how much is in my savings because I don't have access to it. It's not in my name. It's in my mum's name. So that needs changing before I can pay for car insurance or anything like that. And you know, all the money for driving lessons is in my savings. But before I even, you know, start to think about driving lessons, you know, obviously I think I need to take my theory test. But then I know you kind of need to take some driving lessons before you take the theory test. Oh yeah, that was a thing. I really just want to be able to take and pass my theory test by the end of this year. So that's quite, you know, a smart goal, you know, as in like S-M-A-R-T. That was weird. But do you know what I mean? Like specific, measurable, achievable? And I don't know what R&T stand for, but you know what I mean when I say smart goal. So, you know, I've got a clear idea of where I want to be by the end of the year, whether that happens or not. And, you know, all of that driving stuff is why, you know, I've stuck at my current job for the money for driving. And I do think it's a good thing for me to have something familiar in my life at the moment. And I think the reason why I kind of set myself those goals is because, you know, I realised that I need very clear goals with like a deadline to actually, you know, focus on those goals and do those things. But kind of, you know, straying off of the focus of driving and everything like that, because I keep saying that yes, I'm still at my current part-time job, and that's just because, you know, I need that at the moment. But I am, you know, occasionally looking around for other jobs, like, I don't know, other retail places that I could work, and just, you know, jobs in general. But it's not something that I'm really ready for yet, I don't think. I just think I need to let things in my life settle a bit more before I start thinking about getting another job. I just don't want to get a full-time job just yet until I've learned to drive. But by the time I actually learn to drive and get my full driving license, it's gonna be about the time that, I don't know, I start thinking about wanting to move out, which is something else I need to save up for, which is why I would need another job, because money. You need a lot of money for these things. And I feel like just a lot of this is because at the moment, I don't know what it is. I'm craving a lot of, you know, independence with wanting to learn to drive and wanting to learn to cook, because I don't know what it is. You know, I don't like cooking at all, but, you know, I want to learn for when I move out in the future. I don't know what it is about it. I'm just really craving, you know, my independence at the moment, and I want to clean more and everything like that. I don't really know what I'm trying to get at. I just want more independence than what I currently have. And that, you know, does mean learning to cook, drive, clean and everything like that. And I think it's just kind of perfectly natural, isn't it, you know, to crave independence after leaving, you know, academic life. Because I think, you know, being in college, there was like this independence sort of part to it. I liked that. I liked that feeling of independence with my academics. And so now that, you know, I'm out of college, I'm craving like the same level of independence but in other areas of my life, which makes sense. And I am 20, so you'd think I'd already be doing a lot of these things. But, you know, being autistic, I mean, I probably shouldn't use that as an excuse. It does mean that things are harder for me to do and longer to do, and I just don't want to be comparing my life too much to other people's because of my disability. And it's not an excuse. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, though I don't compare myself or my life to other people. Well, in a sense, I want what neurotypical people have. I want to have job security. I want to be able to move out. I want to be able to, you know, have everything that NT people do, you know. NT means neurotypical, by the way, if you're wondering. Though my life is completely different from NT's people's lives, I still want the same things. I just need a little extra support along the way, and I do think that is why I've struggled so much with this transition. I just need a little extra support, a little more help. But we are coming to the end of this video finally, because I finished my coffee like half an hour ago now. In terms of my channel, some of the content might change. Like, I really want to do more writing content and more sit down videos, and then I've been doing my adjusting to adult life weekly vlogs, and I think the plan in the future with them is to do one a month, which just makes sense to me. And then I can just pick whatever week from the month that I want to film, and yeah, just take it from there. I think that's everything regarding my channel. Just the focus at the moment, or the focus will be soon to really focus on driving and taking small steps with that, and then focus on writing and everything like that. And I probably will do vlogs kind of in more detail about that, probably in my like adjusting to adult life routine vlogs. I think I've covered all of the bases with this. I've done a lot of life. I feel like I've gotten a massive life update out and off of my chest. But that's my life at the moment. And don't forget, I'm also going on hiatus from the 13th of October to the 13th of November. This is going to be the end of this coffee talk. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe down below and ding the bell to be notified for every single time I upload. All of my social media links will also be down in the description, though I'm only ever active on Instagram, so I will just make sure to leave my Instagram down below. You can have more like instant life updates and everything like that over there. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!